So we do have a few hot takes that we can get through. One that in particular that Jordy brought up that I really want to talk about is the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Right. So a lot of discourse on social has been the conversation around Insomniac made the announcement that Miles, moving forward, will be the new face of the Spider-Man game. I think if you beat the game, no spoilers, obviously, even though it's been out since October 20th,
Right? She said catch up. She said catch up.
She said she went to TikTok and
I
said
know.
TikTok.
Well, if you beat the game, then you know what happens at the end, but I won't spoil it. But Insomniac announced that Miles will be the new face of Spider-Man, and a lot of discourse has been frustration, calling him a fake Spider-Man. He's a dupe. Peter Parker's a real Spider-Man.
Who are these
Miles
people?
is the villain. they're not, relevant, but I mean, like, it is an interesting conversation, I guess. Like, is it Miles? Should it be someone else? Like, how does that sort of look? Does that even impact, like, the sales for Insomniac? And is this the final greatest Spider-Man 2 game? I mean, or Spider-Man game just in general? Like, sort of wanted to have that conversation with you guys. I know y'all really wanted to talk about it because I was trying to move it off. But, yeah, what do y'all think?
Well, I'm not gonna say my opinion yet. I kind of want to hear Tabrin first, but I just
Mr. Game of the Year.
I just want to say though, real quick, if you're like on Twitter and you talking crap and you have 200 followers but follow 10,000 with 3 tweets, I don't believe you're a real person.
Why are you shooting on me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why am I just getting like collateral bars?
I just I don't
expose
know.
yourself
These
like that,
bots and
Tabrin.
stuff.
There are people who make YouTube videos about this as well. So it's definitely
whack. Well, I think I'll just say real quick as the final thought with it for myself. Yes, I agree with what Tabrin said. Did you actually give your opinion on
the face of Spider?
Yeah, like who it should be? Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't give my opinion, but I don't think you gave yours yet either.
Well, yeah, I mean, Miles, that's great. Like honestly, I was a little worried too, not about the LGBT, but more of just like, people who aren't in tune to black people, right? And having a black character, not saying that he wasn't created by a black artist or writer or anything like that, but they can throw in some stereotypes of black people and black kids and stuff that like it's very like, we're speaking to y'all like you guys like this, right?
Yeah.
So I was afraid of the Miles Morales character. I was afraid when I played Miles Morales like the first game that it was gonna be like too like preachy and too like black people live like this, but we swing now, But hey, what? But no, I mean I love him as a character. I think he's a fantastic representation not only of just black people, right? Seeing another black superhero, but just basically across the board a great representation of a young Spider-Man. Like young Spider-Man, smart in school, dealing with all that stuff, coming of age stuff, and being Spider-Man, and then plus a little mix of, you speak a little Spanish, you know what I mean?
I'm Miles Morales. I'm Miles Morales.
Problem Morales was different.
Right. Right. And so I think he's a fantastic Spider-Man. And look, man, it's been Peter Parker for how many years? Like,
Yeah.
all right.
You got enough.
He got him some years.
And the only reason why this conversation is being had is because he's a black Puerto Rican Spider-Man. Like, to be honest, like, we're a GWB, so I'm going to say it. Like, this would not be happening if it was another white replacement Spider-Man.
The only other person I think that it wasn't even a thing, I didn't even think about it, was Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think anyone even thought about that at that
Right.
time.
Didn't bat an eyelash, but if they put Green Lantern as Superman, oh my gosh, the doors of hell would have bust open, period, because it would have been an issue. But, like, it was the same thing with The Little Mermaid, with
Which
Haley.
is so ridiculous.
Like, it
It's
was
a
an issue.
cartoon.
Like, she's a mermaid. She's not even real. So
Yeah.
it's a spider. He's not even real. Like, it's because he is a black Puerto Rican kid. And I also think there were at times in the game where I didn't feel like I related to Peter
Right.
as much as I did Miles, even though I felt a lot of empathy for Peter and what he was dealing with. I feel like Miles, to your point, is just much more relatable to anyone. And
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
like
Anyone.
to anyone.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's just the black Hispanic kid. Like I think he can relate to a lot of people.
I mean, he
So-
can relate to this generation.
Yeah.
That's what I've always seen it as Miles.
Exactly.
Watching the movies, watching Spider-Verse. He's just a relatable kid that's growing up nowadays. You know,
Exactly.
Peter's been around since the 90s and 80s. You know what I mean? And he's a college student.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a little bit older.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit more, So that's always going to be the case. Miles is always going to be a lot more relatable to a lot of us.
I agree. I personally found Peter a little relatable because the Laker fan in me saw Austin Reeves.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
was like, come on, Peter. Come on, Peter. Do it
that
for us
one
one time.
basketball scene.
He look-
Like that
no, it
one
wasn't even a basketball scene. He looks like Austin Reeves.
You know what? There was this one scene where he got his cookies taken. So you're right. You're right about that. You're absolutely right.
See, I was honestly, I was gonna give you a compliment too,
Yeah.
because I really liked how you said that, like when they have a black character, non-black people kind of establishing like this is for you, and that did kind of manifest in the Spider-Man movie. In the first one, he wore Jordans. It was kind of like an afterthought, but in the second one, where are my Jordans? Stopping the reseller who had a bunch, like they made it super it became so much like black fan service.
Yeah.
You know, it was
And I
just
mean-
like
That's a
And
good.
to your point about that, my
like that
last
term.
point on this is just that, like, I think that's the direction that even the MCU is kind of headed with, like, the movies. Like, there's another Miles movie coming out. So, like, that's just where it's going, and, like, people will have to accept it, you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
it made a lot of money. It was a really successful film. It's really, really great to watch. Like that movie's a 9 out of 10 to me. The only
Yeah.
thing that bad about that movie was it was a to be continued.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
I agree.
Yes.
worst
I
part
agree.
about that film.
yes,
I agree.
yeah, that's the only
That's the only thing I can
yes,
say bad about
that's
that
the
movie.